Okay, that should fix that. It should be connected again. Hopefully it won't split the VOD up into two, but we'll see. Oh, it did? It split the VOD up into two? Damn, it registered it as a brand new stream. On my end, it didn't say that it ended. That's actually really annoying because it's actually super annoying because now it's gonna be two VODs. Now it's gonna be two VODs in here. Yeah, the internet just like dipped out for a little bit, and then I just had to go and like unplug and replug the Ethernet cable. And then just wait for it to reconnect. But I don't know, it's being weird today. I mean, or right now, because I can't tell if it's I can tell what the hell is happening here. I actually don't even know what this is, actually. I don't even know what that is. Hold up, I'm just looking. It's after Juneteenth. Well, this is a new stream, and yeah, I just interrupted my shit. That's annoying. So I'm gonna end the stream, but the wind is taken out of my sails, so I'm gonna end the stream. Um, but let me finish telling you about obsession before I do that. So I'm gonna finish and then I'm gonna end the stream. The wind is taken out of my sails. I hate when the VOD gets split up. It pisses me off. So let's end after that. I just like it when it's like one VOD. I hate it when it gets split up and then it just makes me upset. So it gets me upset. Yeah, so like let me finish explaining to you the rest of the movie and then I'm done. So where was I? Sarah. And then did I need to rate out? The VOD got fucked. So I'll look at this later. Um Everything's going wrong for me, man. I can't catch a break. I get banned last week, then the internet cuts out. Doesn't even give me one strong VOD. Now it should split up into two VODs. Hate that. I also wish it would tell you. I don't know if there's any way to fix this. If it tells you like if the VOD is gonna be split up, can it just tell you that it's gonna do that? Because it like I never get notified that it does that. It just tells me like, oh yeah, we're reconnected and now we're all good. So you don't have to think about it anymore. Well, everybody that's here gets a double up. One step closer to that VIP, a double up. So let me stop talking and actually finish the rest of the story. So I'm gonna go to bed. Um Unnecessary ad break. Now this whole thing is fucked. Anyway. So if it's a time limit thing, it's weird though because like I think it's a Twitch server thing. Because on YouTube, for example, let me see actually. No, I do have to restart that. Am I still on? Wait. I say preparing. I actually don't really know what's going on in this one. I'll find out later, I guess. It might be a time limit thing. I'm gonna have to check it out after the stream is done. I'm gonna have to see it after the stream is done. Anyway, so I'm team tragedy. My name is Puppkats on Art Fight, and let's finish. By the way, just as like a reminder for Art Fight, I'm kind of drawing whoever I want. You're free to draw me, and you're free to attack me if you're interested in Art Fight, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to attack you back. It just means that like I am very grateful that you would draw me. I am grateful you would draw me. I put the characters that I'm gonna end up drawing in like a folder, so everybody's in a folder. Everybody's in a folder. So if you want to draw me, that's totally fine, but just don't expect a revenge. I'm gonna ignore that comment, memes. So back to obsession. Sarah confesses, Ian and Nikki have been hooking up. And she's like, actually, Bear, you're the victim in this situation. Nikki is using you. Nikki's using you. Bear, and then they almost like kiss each other because, then they start reminiscing, and then Sarah is like, oh, well, clearly I'm interested in you. She like outright says it. Basically, I mean, not super explicitly, but like basically says it like, oh, like, I never thought you would have gone for, literally, she says something like that, where she's like, I never would have thought you would have gone to somebody like Nikki. She can't handle you. She can handle Bear. Or no, anyway. Anyway, Sarah stinks too. Because why the fuck is she saying that? Mind you, the day before, she just watched her friend, that's supposed to be her friend, beat herself in the head with a bottle, and now she's trying to fuck on her boyfriend. Anyway, even if she just said, like, forever ago, I don't even fuck with this guy, like, I think he's like a little brother, you're still trying to fuck on this guy knowing that they're together. Strange. You're strange. Trying to offer him some pussy. Anyway, so then they basically almost kiss each other. Nikki appears because remember, he left her in the middle of the night. He left the real Nikki in the middle of the night. Nikki appears and kills Sarah. Like, violently murders Sarah in the car. While Bear just sits there and like is like, oh my god, that's Bear. Anyway, so that's Bear. Kills her. And then, which I love this scene actually, it was very funny to me. Not the Sarah death, but what happens after, because she like starts like hushing him. He's like, shh, Bear, this is all your fault. This is what you wished for. You wished for this. Which cracked me up because it's like the fake Nikki, but it cracked me up because I'm like, yeah, this is what he wished for. Because honestly, another part that like kind of breaks my heart about this scene is that like the minute that Nikki became inconvenient to him, right? Like she was no longer a part of his fantasy. He immediately found another woman to put his fantasy onto, i.e. Sarah. So you're just gonna go kiss this girl in the middle of the night after you made a wish to make a girl fall in love with you? Sick and twisted. Like, once you start investigating, you start breaking down every single action that Bear takes. And I know people would be like, well, Bear didn't know that Sarah was gonna confess. Why are you meeting with Sarah in the middle of the night at the park anyway? He didn't know that Sarah was gonna tell him that Ian and Nikki had been fucking on each other. So that means that clearly he wanted something out of this interaction. I know you could be like, oh, well, they're friends. Even in that scene earlier, like, and I say earlier, way back, I'm gonna refresh your mind, where he's at the music store and he's working when Nikki is not working, and he's working with Sarah, and like they're kind of like chit-chatting, and he eats the cat. Sarah is like on top of him a little bit. Like, Sarah is like resting her head on him, and like, he rests his head back. Why are you doing that? It's little things like this where I'm like, now why are you doing that? Because you're sick. You're sick and you don't actually like Nikki. Anyway, So she kills Sarah violently, and then they hide the body together. They hide the body. She handles the cleanup, and then she's like, Bear, go home. I'm gonna deal with everything, and you don't have to think about it. So Bear, in a bloodied state, goes back to the place where he got the one wish willow from, and he buys the remaining ones that are on the shelf. There's like 3 or something like that. There's not that many. He buys like 3 that are on the shelf from the crystal shop that he initially went to go buy Nikki a gift, right? And he's like talking with the shop owner, and he's like crying, bitching and moaning, like, oh my god, like how could you sell this shit to people? And the shop owner's like, bro, what the fuck did you wish for? Like, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because like the shop owner truly doesn't give a fuck. Like, shop owner doesn't give a fuck. Also, shop owner was initially a woman and is now a man. And the theory is that the shop owner wished to be trans. Interesting. Or to be a man. Interesting. We support your transition. Yay. We support your transition. We do, we do, we do. Um, but like he's like bitching, crying. He's like, how could you sell this shit to people? People don't know what they're wishing for. And the shop owner's like, bro, like, what the hell did you wish for? Like, it's not our fault that you made a bad wish. Like, which truthfully, yes. Well, yes. And I'll explain that because we're gonna see something in a minute. Or I'm gonna tell you something in a minute. So then he like buys all of it, and he's like, oh, just let me make another wish. And the shop owner's like, yeah, you can't do that. It's like one wish only. It's like one wish per person. Like, you can't really like make another wish. But he doesn't listen, and he buys all of it, and he buys all that shit anyway, right? So then he's in the car, and he tries to like make a wish, and he's like, I wish Nikki only liked me as a friend. And he tries to break it, and the stick doesn't break. Like, he can't break the stick. Before he could snap that bitch like a Pringles chip, he can't break it now. He's like trying, crying in the car, bloody, da da da. So then he's like, okay, how do I do this? So then he goes to Ian, bloodied, mind you. He's bloodied. Ian is like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, because then he starts explaining. He's like, well, I made a wish to make Nikki like, like love me, da da da. Or like now she's like obsessed with me and she's fucking crazy. And mind you, he made her like this. He made her like this. He's like, oh, the woman is crazy now. He made her like this. Ian is like, bro, what the hell are you talking about? Like, what are you talking? Like, what's going on? Because, now Bear is like, just take the stick and like wish for Nikki to be normal. But like, Ian is like, I don't even understand what the fuck. So you like believe in this shit? Okay. So then in disbelief, he wishes for $1 billion. And then $1 billion start raining from the ceiling. So and Ian is like, what? Because then he's like getting showered in money. And Bear is like having like a panic attack. Like Bear is like, oh, Bear is like done. Like Bear is like, holy shit. So he starts running back to the house, right? So he runs back to his house, leaving Ian. Leaving Ian. He runs back to the house to try and get Nikki, the Nikki that is in love with him, to reverse the wish, right? Because she hasn't made a wish, actually, remember? And it's one per body, mind you. It's not one per personality. It's one per body. One wish per body. This is important. So he wants Nikki to basically reverse the wish. When he gets back, he finds Sarah's body has been mutilated, distorted, destroyed. And then he finds that Nikki is wearing Sarah's dress and also her scalp. I will pause for a second to respond to Memes' comment because it's relevant. Memes, you're saying back in the day, the story would have been about a poor innocent man. Fun fact, good lore for this movie. Fun fact, the writer for this movie was offered. So they made this movie on a 75 or 750K budget. They were offered $2 million to rewrite the script and make Bear the good guy. So you say back in the day, people wanted to do it today. People wanted to do it today. They said we'll give you $2 million if you rewrite the script and make Bear the good guy. And he said no. Which based. Let's go. Base. He said, no, I'm writing about a fucking loser. Let's get it going. I said, yes. Snap, 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 snap. Yeah, the stream ended and then now it's restarted. The stream ended and now it's restarted, but I'm just finishing it out so that I can tell the rest of the obsession story and then I'm just gonna end. Because it's like, it's absolutely disgusting that people saw this script, saw what type of character he was, and then wanted, like, executive producers wanted him to be the good guy. Disgusting. Absolutely. Which honestly is a reflection on, again, rape culture in our society. The fact that people often identify with the man and not the woman, which we'll get to when we talk about audience reactions. People will always side with a man before they side with any woman. Every single time. Every single time. They will always side with the man, no matter what the man's actions are. And honestly, I feel like this was so indicative because I shouldn't say so indicative, so poignant because I was thinking about what's that guy's name? Let me look it up before I say somebody else's name. I want to make sure I have his name before I slander it. I want to make sure I get his name correct. Conor McGregor. I'm not familiar with sports. Conor McGregor, this just the what we were talking about, i.e. rape culture. Conor McGregor reminds me very much of this because, like, to this day, as of 2 days ago, Jimmy Fallon had on Conor McGregor, who, if you didn't know, he's a UFC fighter. He raped a woman so violently that her tampon had to be surgically removed. So violently that her tampon had to be surgically removed from her body. And this wasn't like, oh, back in, not that this would matter. Not that it would matter. Just want to clarify that. Oh, this was like in 19 something something. This was in 2024. He was found civilly liable. And people are interviewing him, rewriting his story, putting out articles for him. Jimmy Fallon recently had him on the show, hyping him up, praising him in real time. I'm like watching him try to change the narrative about this. Sir, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear this shit. And everybody who's like feeding into it, you're all going to hell. You're all going to hell. All of you are going to hell. You will side with a man before ever believing a woman, even if she takes the accuser to court and she wins. She took him to court, was found liable. People still, because you just hate women. Anyway, you hate women. So when I hear people being like, or I hear like the story of, you know, this guy being offered $2 million to make this rapist, because that's what Bear is. Bear is a rapist. And he's like an awful person, misogynist in some aspects, rapist, etc. Awful person, horrible human, horrible friend. Like, he's not a good friend either, just as like a thing. To rewrite it to make him the good guy, I can't help but see like parallels that happen in like real time. I can't help but see the parallels in real time where I'm like, people act like this is fiction. This is just real life put in film. Literally. Anyway, I'll finish. I'm trying to remember where I was. So, yeah, so Nikki is wearing Sarah's dress and also her scalp. She scalped her. Then she threatens Bear at gunpoint and says, you know, like, you don't love me, you've never loved me. You don't love me, you've never loved me. Like, you don't love me as much as I love you. Like, I keep trying to get you to love me and you just don't love me as much as I love you. And he's over there crying, bitching, sniveling, da da. Ian arrives. I don't know why Ian is there. To be honest, some would say that's a plot hole. This next part, so let me tell you. So Ian comes. Ian comes and Nikki shoots him immediately, dead. He's done. He's done. Story's done. He's dead. People say that's a plot hole that like Ian would even show up there. They're fair because I'm like, why would Ian show up at Bear's house after that incident? I guess maybe to get answers as to like why the $1 billion is in his house. But also, it's like Ian sucks too. Ian also sucks. Like Ian is also a horrible friend. Like Ian's a horrible friend. He like they all know that like Nikki is going through something, some sort of psychosis, right? And none of them did anything about it. So honestly, like when I see Ian get shot, I'm like, oh, next caller. Let's keep it pushing. I'm like, I don't feel bad for Ian. I don't feel bad for Ian at all. Because they all treated Nikki like an object to an extent. So anyway, Ian's shot dead. And then, you know, Nikki's like threatening him and he shoots him. Well, he doesn't shoot himself. He locks himself in the bathroom. He runs. He locks himself in the bathroom like a coward, as I've been saying this whole movie. He locks himself in the bathroom and then like fake shoots himself. Like he's like, he's having this whole like attack basically where he's like, I'm going to shoot myself in the head. Can't do it. Can't do it. Why? Because he's a fucking coward. Next. Can't shoot himself in the head. And then next he's like, okay, I'm gonna go the codeine that he got that killed the cat at the beginning. Remember that he had from his like grandma who passed. So then he consumes like a couple of those pills that are left, the last ones, but then immediately regrets it and starts vomit. Like he tries to make himself vomit. You know why? And I know, and again, I call him a coward not because he didn't end his life. I call him a coward because he can't commit to anything. This is part of the problem. He can't commit to Nikki. He can't commit to his own choices. He couldn't commit to telling the real Nikki that he actually liked him. And in the end, when the fake Nikki is like, I'm gonna kill you and everybody in this bitch, he can't even commit to killing himself. He can't commit to anything but self-preservation. That's my problem with him. Truthfully, outside of all of the other things, that is my problem with him. He sucks. I hate him. I hate him. I hate a can't commit ass motherfucker. Can't commit to anything. Can't commit to even your own desires. He can't even commit to his own desires. He wanted Nikki. Nikki is in front of him, begging him to love him. It's not the Nikki that he wanted, though. But that's what he wished for. Mm, mm, and he can't even commit to it. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. Not about SI, by the way, suicidal ideation. It's strictly about him just being an awful person and not being able to commit. That's why I call him a coward, because he shies away from everything, including his own choices. So then he can't like throw it up, right? But it doesn't matter because as he's trying to throw up, the fake Nikki breaks the one wish willow. And he leaves the bathroom. And the wish that the fake Nikki makes is for Bear to love her as much as Nikki loves him. Or loves her. Oh. Oh. So now Bear isn't really Bear. Right? And he's in love with this Nikki and he kisses her and they embrace. Mind you, Nikki is like bloodied. She's like covered in like she looks so bad. Like she looks so bad. Like I feel so bad for this Nikki. She looks scary. Like she needs to be at a hospital for real. Cuz she's been put through the ringer the past week. Kisses her. But remember, he still consumed the oxycodone and wasn't able to throw it up, right? Because like as he was trying to throw it up, Nikki made the wish. So he never got to throw it up. So then he dies. He dies from an overdose. And then Nikki, the fake Nikki, is like losing her fucking mind. She's losing it. She's like, "Don't do this to me." She has the gun, remember? That she shot him with. He dies. And like this Nikki's like losing her fucking mind. She puts the gun in her mouth. And then the spell is off her. The wish is done. Because remember what the guy said on the phone. The minute that you die, the wish is done. So then the real Nikki emerges. And she regains control of her body again. And horrified, because Ian's dead in front of her, Sarah's dead in front of her, and a bear is dead in front of her, she starts screaming hysterically. She starts screaming hysterically. She's like, "What did you do? Like, what the fuck did you do? Bear, what the fuck did you do?" Screaming. And then that's how the movie ends. That's how the movie ends. That's it. I wish I could tell you more. That's how the movie ends. And you want to know the worst part of this? Because the true horror for me, right? It doesn't even come from the fact that like Nikki was trapped inside of her own body. It doesn't even. That's not the horror. The horror from this is the after. It's the idea that Nikki survives this. Because honestly, it would have been kinder to kill her. Like that's the horror because all of her friends are dead. She's probably going to jail for this. Like to be honest with you, her fingers are all over the gun. She's probably going to jail for this. And she already made her wish because it's one body. Remember? Not one mind. Not like one mind gets to make the wish. It's one body gets to make the wish. So the fake Nikki stole her wish from her. So she can't even wish to like get herself out of the situation. Even if she knew about the thing. So she's probably going to jail for this. Even if somehow she gets out of the situation, right? Like she is traumatized for the rest of her life because she spent a week being sexually assaulted, violated. I'm not even talking about the sexual aspect. Yes, that's there too, but like emotionally violated by somebody that she thought was her friend. Like she thought Bear was her friend, genuinely. She had the last week of her life being trapped inside of her body, being violated time and time again by somebody who she thought was her friend. And every time that she tried to scream out for help, nobody in her life helped her. Right? And the one time she asked Bear to kill her, he didn't even do it. He left her there to sit with the fake Nikki. So no matter what ending, even if she got out of this mess somehow, right? She is forever irreparably broken by this incident that happened. And you know what Nikki's biggest sin is? Nikki's biggest sin is being a friend to a man. And I don't even mean that in like a way where I'm like, all men are bad. That is literally what it is. That's it. At the beginning of the movie, I didn't share this with you because it wasn't important to like how all these things unfold. The reason why Bear says that he likes Nikki is because she was there for him when like his grandmother had passed. You know, like a friend. Her biggest sin, her biggest sin is just being a nice person. And that's the horror. That is the horror for me. That is the horror for me. And it's so, I said this on Twitter, but I'm like, it is so like indicative, right? Of like real world incels where it's like your biggest sin is caring about somebody, right? You're called a bitch, a whore, this, that, and the third for not liking somebody just because you were friendly, standing by the wrong person, being, but I think there's something worse in being nice, right? There's something worse in also being friendly, being friends with the wrong person. Or being, I shouldn't even say the wrong person, being friends with somebody you thought was the right person, right? So being friends with somebody that you thought cared about you, that's the horror. That's the horror. And like, you know, If you're feminine, you probably had friends in the past, man in the past, who was friends with you for all of the wrong reasons, probably said that they were your friend, but actually only really wanted to either fuck you or date you. Probably both. Probably both. And when you found that, the ending of this movie made me think about that feeling in my stomach that I've gotten in the past after finding out that somebody who I thought was my friend was never actually really my friend and only ever wanted me for their own purposes, right? Like that feeling felt like extrapolated in this movie. That feeling felt like blown up in this movie. Like that to me is the horror. It's like Nikki did, and I'm not saying that like anybody would deserve what happened to Nikki, but like actually Nikki did nothing wrong. Like literally nothing wrong. Her biggest sin is just being friends with Bear. That's it. Because she's well within her right to fuck Ian if she wanted to, right? Like, she didn't like Bear. She can definitely fuck Ian if she wanted to. She was well within her right to try and set up Sarah with Bear. She was well within her right to not kiss Bear, to not be with Bear, especially after Bear said, I think of you as a friend. He had an opportunity to even confess to her, and he didn't. So she's well within her right to leave him the fuck alone. And he's the problem, because he couldn't let that shit go. So anyway, that's Obsession. You should watch it. It's a good movie, a great shot. Also, it's getting a sequel. Now, I don't know what the sequel's gonna look like. Here's my thoughts. I know I didn't talk about audience reaction. I will in a second. Here's my thoughts for the sequel. I trust the director. I trust the writer. I trust you. Curry Baker, I trust you. But don't let me trust you and then you fail me, right? So here's my thought, Curry Baker, for the next movie, for the next Obsession movie. We are doing an anthology. We're doing anthology. Because a sequel doesn't necessarily have to mean a continuation of this story, right? A sequel could mean an anthology. So listen with me. Anthology. This is a series now. This is a series. And we're gonna tackle, like, I don't want to necessarily, I don't have like good verbiage for this. That's your part, Curry. That's your part. That's where you come in, because you're the one with the big brain, big ideas for this movie. But like, I mean, my brain is pretty big, but your brain, you are cooking with this one, so I want to let you cook a little bit more. We're gonna do One Wish Willows on everything. One Wish Willows. We're gonna see how One Wish Willows play out in different scenarios. Next movie, who knows? It might be like Paranoia, right? Some, like, who knows? Like, let's take this to the extreme. We're gonna do One Wish. Wishes Gone Wrong. Monkey's Paw. The series. Thank you. And we're not gonna bring up Nikki ever. We're not even gonna talk about what happened in this movie. The next story, completely different. Same Earth, because we're gonna have the One Wish Willows, of course. But it's gonna be a little bit of an anthology series. Completely different cast. Completely different cast. We're gonna follow this up with another One Wish Willow. Monkey's Paw. Stay with me. Monkey's Paw. You got a good thing right now. You got a good thing. And I want to see your brain cook. Don't disappoint me. Don't disappoint me. I will be so upset if the sequel to Obsession is more of Nikki. Because frankly, as much as I hate what happened to Nikki, right? This is a horror movie, and that is the horror. The horror is not even in the fact that Nikki killed her friends, not even in control of her own body. The horror is that Nikki was violated for a week by somebody that she thought was her friend. And also the horror is that Bear also got away with it, right? So there are two horrors that are happening here in the end. Like, Nikki will never find closure because she's going to get blamed for all of Bear's choices, because this is all Bear's fault. And then two, because he also had the opportunity to like not do this and he just didn't. I don't want any references to the first movie. I don't want any references to the first movie. I don't want any references to the first movie. At all. I don't want any references to the first movie. At all. No. Let's not do Scream, guys. You guys are writing Scream. You guys are writing Scream. You guys are writing Scream. We're gonna bring back all the characters from the old movies and they're all gonna help out on the new killer. No, we're not doing that. Scream is already a franchise. This is something different. Also, memes, I see you and I see you saying it's not a monkey's paw. I don't care. I don't care. I want more characters making bad wishes. That's what I'm talking about with Monkey's Paw. Have another character make another bad wish. Listen, Ian made a good wish. He wished for $1 billion and he got that. No holds bar, right? But that's not an interesting story. So we're gonna do Monkey's Paw with characters that suck and make bad wishes. Monkey's Paw. You get what you want, but you should have been more clear. We're gonna keep doing this. This is your movie. This is your money maker. Because who wants to watch somebody that makes a good wish? That's boring. It's fucking boring. I want to see you make a bad wish. Clearly, I don't want to watch that. That's not a story. Oh, I'm getting to see somebody like living happy on the beach. Don't want to see that. Curry Baker is a white man, so I don't want him to talk about racism. Curry Baker is a white man, so I don't want him to talk about racism. That's why I'm saying, like, let's do like themes, right? Like this one, yes, it has an incel main character, but it's also about like what is really love, what is really like loving somebody. Because Bear has deluded himself into believing that he loves Nikki. He is not. He is obsessed, ironically, with the idea of Nikki. That's the irony here. He is obsessed with Nikki. He's actually interested in her to some capacity. Like how the fake Nikki wanted, but it's like not love. It's obsession. It's infatuation. He likes the idea of what Nikki could give to him, but he's not actually interested in the real Nikki, the Nikki that writes, the Nikki that wanted to be free, the Nikki that wants to fuck Ian, to be honest. Like he's not interested in that. He's just interested in what Nikki can provide to him. So we can do another story about like maybe, I don't know what that would be. Another emotion, fear, disgust, something. Curry Baker, you'll figure that out on yourself. But I've given you the blueprint. I've given you the framework and you can work within that. I've given you the framework. Giving you that framework. And I think we can release like one of these like every like 3-4 years. You gotta let this one simmer, let this one cook. Every 3-4 years, another one. Another one. To be honest, anthology series, no sequel. I'm sick of sequels. I'm sick of people. I'm sick of a story just not being contained, to be honest. I feel like this is such a beautifully contained story that we don't need anything else from this. I would like to see more about the wish though. Let's have another person make a bad wish. And I think I saw something where it's like you can't like reverse time or something like that. So Nikki wouldn't have been able to like wish for her friends back or something like that. I'm not sure how she would have gotten out of this if she had a willow. But I'd be curious about like somebody dealing with like grief. Sequel. It's about grief. I don't have the title. And them making like a fucked up wish in processing their grief. Kind of like a la Talk to Me. Are you staying with me? Kind of like Talk to Me when she's like abusing the hand. Stay with me on this. She's like abusing the hand in order to cope, which is an allegory for drugs and drug abuse in grief. There's a moment where there's something here. Curry Baker, walk with me, talk with me. There's something here. Grief storyline and the ways in which people grieve and abuse their grief. Well, abuse things to get their grief and can't properly accept grief. You could do that. I'm offering that to you. You could do that for sequel. Don't have the title. You can figure that one out. You're good at this stuff. Figure that one out. Workshop that. And horror with grief. Oh, so many things you could do with that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Beautiful. I'm sure we're not going to hear about the sequel for again like 3 to 4 years, but that's good. We want to forget about this movie and then like be reminded later. Thank you. Thank you, Curry Baker. I don't want to hear about racism though. Like I really don't want to hear about racism. Curry Baker, you are a white man. I don't want to hear about it. Leave that to the professionals, Curry Baker. And I know somebody could be like, well, white people can write about racism. Not in my chat. Let's not start this tonight. Not in my chat. Not in my chat, please. Not tonight, okay? White people talking about racism gives me very much like outside looking in. I don't need to hear that from you. Curry Baker, I'm sure, has been on some Reddit pages. I'm sure he has been on some Reddit pages. And I'm not to say that he's an incel. I'm saying you know that culture. You know that culture. Yes, you can speak to this. White man, speak to this. This is you. Speak to this. This is your culture. Speak to this. Don't talk about the racism. That's not you. You can talk about some grief or something. That's not you. It's not you, Curry. Because I'm not trying to hear about that. I'm not trying to hear about that. Leave it to Jordan Peele. We think he's got it. Leave it to the other filmmakers. They've got it. Okay? They've got it. I need a mini episode of The Telephone Operator dealing with people making wishes. I liked that the telephone operator in this, you have to go watch it to like get the delivery, but like was very casual about this. That like this is like a thing that happens all the time. Which is why I'm like, anthology series. You've already set up the way the movie's structured, it's giving anthology. Like this is just one story in a large reality where people make bad wishes all the time. Please, Curry Baker, listen to me. Do not write a sequel featuring Nikki. Don't even include Nikki in that, even though, again, the actress is amazing. Don't include Nikki. Again, last thing that I'll say. Do you have time for this? I'm already kind of yapping. Last thing that I'll say, because I've been here for like 5 hours. I keep wanting to add. The reaction to this movie is insane. People are saying that like Nikki is the villain. Nikki is a rape victim. Nikki is an abuse victim. She has been periodically abused this entire movie. I think if you think that Nikki is the villain in this situation because she didn't want to fuck Bear, you are a part of rape culture and you're also demonic. Like deeply demonic. Like something's really wrong with you. You should investigate that and probably talk about that in therapy as to why you hate women so much. You should really investigate that. Additional things that I saw. People saying that Bear is not the villain because he just wished for a girl to like him. That's not what he wished for. He wished for Nikki to love him more than anybody else in the world. And then periodically knew that she wasn't okay and didn't care about her own feelings, her own autonomy at all. And he knew she was suffering because the guy on the phone the guy on the phone said, "Do you want to talk to Nikki?" And he heard Nikki screaming. He saw Nikki beating herself over the head with a bottle, stabbing her own face, and he didn't give a fuck. He was just embarrassed that Nikki embarrassed him in front of all of his friends. So yeah, I do think that Bear is the villain. And I think people struggle with cowardly villains. Like people really struggle with seeing like a spade for a spade. And you guys gotta wise up quickly. Stay with me. Keep up, keep up, keep up. Keep up the pace. Just because somebody is a coward doesn't necessarily mean that they're not evil. Actually, I think in some ways that makes them more evil. In some ways. It makes them more evil. Spineless. Can't even stand on it. Can't even stand on the evilness of your own thoughts. Bear is sick. And the fact that people are even debating Nikki being like, oh, maybe Nikki's the villain. Men and women, by the way. It's not men that are saying this. Men and women alike. You guys have got to go to therapy. You must go to therapy. You must investigate that within yourself. You are letting the patriarchy choke you. You have to let this go. You have to. You have to. Other things people are saying. Sarah was a good person. Sarah was not a good person. She was trying to fuck on her friend's boyfriend and also was blaming Nikki the entire time for her own abuse. Next. Ian was a good person. No, he wasn't. He saw that Nikki was being abused or possibly being taken advantage of. Didn't do a damn thing about it. Nobody called the police. Next question. Next question. I am not taking this there was one good person in this movie. Everybody in this movie sucks except for Nikki. Nikki is the only person in here who deserved better and unfortunately got the worst. And that's the horror of it, like I said earlier. Next. What else are people saying? What else are people saying that I was pissed off about? I think that's it. Everybody was making me upset. Everybody was making me upset. What about the telephone operator? I mean, he's just doing his job. Like, he was doing his job. The cat died at the beginning of the movie. Also, could have told Bear, hey, I've been sleeping with Nikki, just give up. Yes, exactly. Ian could have told Bear that the whole fucking time, and he's just watching this shit happen. Because again, spineless. Next. Next. Like, I am not taking any bear support ever. I'm not taking any of it ever. Ever. And I feel like, not for nothing, but like a lot of men watching the movie left the theater being like, God, that's so crazy. I could never imagine like having like a psycho chick being obsessed with me. You've taken the wrong. That's why I'm saying. That's why I said at the beginning of this explanation. Ask the people in your life if they've seen Obsession. Ask them what they took away from the movie. I think it's incredibly revealing. What do you mean you took away from the movie that women can't be trusted? Women women can't be trusted. Interesting. Interesting that you took that away from the movie. Interesting. Interesting. Kim, what do you mean you took away from the movie that Nikki was psycho? Interesting. That's very revealing about your character, you know that, right? Like, interesting. Because they say explicitly that Nikki is not psycho. That something's inside of her. You felt bad for Bear. Interesting. And not interesting parentheses, curious. Interesting parentheses, negative Sims symbol above my head. Negative Sims symbol above my head. I wish you could put the negative sign when people started pissing you off in real life, because nothing feels clearer to me than when I see, like, when I hear people talk like this, I see it above my head. I see it in real time. I see it in real time. Nothing feels as poignant to me. Anyway, I just had to rant about that movie. I felt so strongly about Obsession. So strongly about Obsession. We can talk more about movies next time. Or tomorrow. But tomorrow we're gonna watch The Amazing Digital Circus. Unfortunately. And then we'll be free after that, but yeah. I have to watch it. Well, I don't have to, but I've watched everything else, so we're gonna start the stream with that so that I just don't, like, puss out, to be honest. Like, if I start yapping, like, I'm just gonna not want to watch that shit, so I have to just start and be like, okay, we're gonna react to it, and then I can yap afterwards, so that we can, like, digest. I already know what happens because I saw all the leaks. I saw them all. But then I get to yell about it for real because people aren't hearing me. They aren't hearing the way I don't give a fuck. But okay. Let's watch it just so I can say I really don't give a fuck. But okay. People aren't hearing me when I say I don't like Jax. People really aren't hearing me. I don't like him. I don't care about him. And I actually kind of think that you're weird if you like Jax. I actually think you're kind of strange. You're either 12 and you need to go to therapy, or you're an adult and you actually really need to go to therapy. One of those is true. The therapy part is continuous, but like liking Jax is actually, in my opinion, like strange and a disorder. But like strange, very strange. Liking Jax is like an issue. But okay, we'll talk about it after I watch it, because people for some reason feel like everything is going to be explained to me in this final episode and I'm going to care about Jax. Incorrect, but okay. They keep thinking, they don't know that I truly don't care. Hi Freyd. Hi. I'm wrapping up stream, but hi. Jax is very much I am 14 and this is deep to me. That's what he gives to me. You don't understand my dark and twisted mind. I'm so sorry. Some people, I mean, the kids liking Jax, I think that's totally fine. Kids liking Jax is totally fine, but like, I don't know. I think like some people, like adults. Let me save it for tomorrow. I'm gonna save it for tomorrow. I'm gonna save it to tomorrow. I don't know. I think it's strange. I think it's strange. I also think, like, as I stated at the beginning of the stream, the Amazing Digital Circus fans really hate black people. It's very strange. Like, you guys really, like, the en masse is giving Ku Klux Klan, but, like, we don't have to get into that. Anyway, I'm wrapping up stream. I'm tired. My throat hurts. My throat hurts. I have no, like, desire to really dive into that fandom because of the way that they act, but like, what we gonna do? I'm so tired. My throat. I'm hungry too. What should I watch? Oh, you know what? I have something I'm gonna watch. Yeah, I have something I'm gonna watch. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's been a good stream. Sorry the stream dipped out. I don't even know. I mean, obviously I wasn't in control of like the Wi-Fi. Not in control of the Wi-Fi. So I'm not in control of like how that shapes out. So I'm kind of like not sorry, not sorry. Caught myself saying sorry for something that actually I don't really need to say sorry for at all. I don't need to say sorry for anything. No. But like it's not my fault is what I'm trying to say. Not my fault. Really, really not my fault. I am gonna be back tomorrow. Streaming, doing things. Amazing Digital Circus watch party in the first half, and then the second half, yapping. You're right and correct all the time, actually. Nightshade, you're my favorite of the night. Congratulations. Congratulations. How did you know I needed to hear that? Congratulations. You get the favorite of the night and right out the door, too. Wow. What an honor. What an honor. You're the favorite of the night. Hold that close. Hold that close to yourself. Hold that real tight, okay? Hold that real close, okay? You are the favorite. Congrats. Congrats. Memes was not gonna be the favorite tonight. Arguing with me? Memes is not gonna be the favorite tonight. Arguing with me. Mmm. 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 I said the same thing too, so okay. Wait, what do you mean? That I was supportive. Mm. But not as supportive. Not as supportive, you know. Not as supportive. That's the part that hurts, you know? Okay, I gotta go. I gotta go eat something. I'm sorry. I gotta go eat something. Thank you so much to everybody who's tuning into the stream today. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me, doing the thing with me as per usual, because your time is super valuable and I very much appreciate everybody and everybody doing the thing with me. I do. I will be back tomorrow. Like I said, schedule's what it is. If I decide that I need to push back stream, I'll try and let everybody know. Today I didn't, but try and let you know next time. I promise. Today I didn't because I was asleep, to be honest. I was asleep. There was nothing I could have done about that. That was big sleep. I mean, I woke up when I woke up. It was what it was. I didn't set a timer. I woke up and my podcast was done. It was wrapped. Anyway, thank you. I'm gonna raid actually out to Whisper Pines because we're doing an art stream and I like to raid other artists. Yes. I like to raid other artists because I'm an artist myself. I will be doing those art streams next month. I will. Someone told you today you're loved, you're valued, you are in fact appreciated. You're all of these things. All of these things all at once. Yes. What else is there? I think that's it. As always, until next time, bye.